Hey, this is Sean with the Prepared Homestead, and I wanted to do a quick update video. It's only been about a week since we did our last one, but we got this cold blast in here in North Idaho. We got about 10 inches of snow, and wanted to kind of give you an update. We did have accomplished a lot over the last week, and but also just how the greenhouse is doing so far with a bunch of snow on the ground. So let me show you a few things that we've done. Okay, well, this is obviously before the snow came. We were just finishing up the last bits and pieces of the roofing. So here we're putting on the rake trim and just doing that on this one side. This was the last side that needed to be completed. And so we got that done. And then we also are putting all-weather outlet covers. In fact, we're both doing this on the outside and on the inside. Everything on the inside also has these all-weather covers. And it's just because of all the moisture that's going to be inside this greenhouse based on all the transpiration of the plants, etc. Here it was interesting. We got the snow and did a time lapse over about 15 to 20 minutes to kind of just watch and see how snow sheds off the roof. And you can see it doesn't break and come off real fast. Although the snow is different, right? It has different, based on a lot of factors. But sometimes I'm sure it will shed fast. In this case, it just creeped off slowly. But the good news is that the polycarbonate did not hold on to the snow. Then we also did work on the interior as far as trim and the interior paneling, etc. Now this is a bit challenging for me. I'm not a finish guy or anything like that by any stretch. So things like caulk and shims are my friend because they help cover up some of my sloppiness. But nonetheless, this Duramax panel, this PVC panel is great stuff. In some places it goes on really well, really easy, and it's awesome. Other places it was a lot, the more you have to trim it and cut it, the harder it is. But overall, it's excellent. You can use other things like there's FRP and there's other things that people will use for the inside of greenhouse. Take a look at the outside air temperature. It should be about 36 or so, I think. Yeah, it was 15 this morning, so maybe about 36 or so outside. And there's no heat on right now, but it is really nice and warm in here. And I have all kinds of high-speed automated stuff that's coming, but I don't have that right now. So let's just take a look and see what we got. And I think, let's see, it's almost 60 degrees in here, almost 60 degrees, about 50% humidity. So pretty warm, but let me show you some of the things we've done. So look at the interior siding, and yes, it is a train wreck in here as well. So we've gotten that wall done, working on this wall here, and then that wall done over there. But here's what's really cool. I wanted to show you this because this is just awesome. So here's our this is going to be our master board once this is done. But I want to show you this fan, which is actually this fan right here, the exhaust fan. Just tied into this right here, and it's all run off of this thermostat here. Okay, so you just set the temperature wherever you want that exhaust fan to come on. Now this actually opens up 3 degrees prior. I actually don't have that hooked up yet, but I do have the exhaust fan hooked up. So we're going to do a little test here. So what you do is you set this to where you want it. So let's say that I want this place to exhaust once it hits 80 degrees. Obviously right now it's not going to hit 80 degrees, so I'm just going to keep going down until that happens. The other thing that will occur, and I'll show you this, is this intake is going to open just based on pressure. So let's kind of look at all that. So if I turn it down, you heard it just click on. So there we go. Fan's coming on, automated. It's going to pull out, and then check that out right there. Those will start opening up slowly but surely. Oh, let's see. Maybe there's a little bit of ice and stuff on there. Yep, there was a little bit of ice. You can see the air that flows in. So I'm going to watch that, but obviously in the winter I'm not going to be running this. So I want to turn it off. Oops. Because I don't want to lose the heat in here. All right, so that's kind of some of the main things that we have. So one of the other things that we do is we'll winterize because obviously we're not going to need this intake. I mean, even though it's early, it's only October. It could warm up, but it's unlikely. It's unlikely that it'll get warm enough to need this. And so I just very simply devised a way to put some insulation in there. And let's see. There we go. It's snapped in. I still gotta get it a little bit tighter, but there you go. That's winterized. And we'll do the same thing with that guy over there and that guy over there. Okay, there you go. There's the update on the cold climate greenhouse. One last thing I forgot to show was that we do have heaters in here. One there and one over there. We're using the minimum amount of energy possible, and in this case, and at this time of year, we are just keeping it above freezing, essentially. Okay, so we're using these little thermo tubes. Basically, the outlet will turn. Well, this will turn, get power to this once we hit 32 degrees. Okay, and then once it comes up to 45, it kicks off. Okay, so on at 32, off at 45, and that's kind of our game plan for the deep winter. Again, for the shoulder seasons and we're doing other things, it's a different story. We might play with that in a different way. In fact, we will. But once we get into deep winter, it's all about just keeping it slightly above freezing. And even so, if that comes on at 32, it'll probably dip below that. So we'll get a little frost in here, but nothing too big, because all the plants, everything that we're growing in here, the Mediterranean plants, can handle a little bit of frost.